Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Round Table, baby. We're coming to you from the Round Table Production Zone. That's right. We're all in our own little areas coming to you live today. And today we have a special guest. But before we get to our guest, you know me, I'm Mr. Leonardo Garcia, also known as Mr. Get Off the Bench himself, with my lovely host, Miss Sandra B.
Hey,
Yes.
y'all already know what it is. We are back with another episode of the Round Table, and I'm excited. I think I'm mostly excited about tonight, y'all, because we're gonna talk about something that I'm excited about doing. And we're gonna hear from Mark Tirolio. He's our guest tonight, and y'all probably see him back again because hey, this is
Hey, let
Coach.
me let me fix that. Let me fix that for a second. You said Mark Tirolio. He is not
I
Italian.
did
You want to
not.
say Tirolia. And watch the playback. You will see. You said Tirolio. It's Tiroli. Can we before you even talk about the title, make sure you put that title, that beautiful banner, because
I'm
this
about
was
to add it.
this was
I'm about
very
to add it now.
perplexing while she's adding this. It was very perplexing to me that I found out that Mark Tirolia was going to be our guest, and the topic was scary because when I first read it, it said, "Is recruiting worth it?" But they worth the effort, and I was like, it has such a negative connotation. It was a little scary for me. I don't know. Well, anyway, you know what? I just want to know more about this. So I'm gonna give it back over to you, Sonia. Go ahead,
So
go ahead.
I'm gonna let Mark Tirolia, excuse me, I know his name. I said Tirolio, it was an honest mistake. I'm gonna let Mark Tirolio introduce himself and tell y'all a little bit about his background.
All right. Hey, look, thank you guys for having me. My name is Mark Tirolia. Right. Born and raised Miami, Florida. Huge Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, Florida Marlins, Hurricane fan. Born and raised Miami, Florida. Grew up in a city called Little Haiti in Miami. Went to Bethune-Cookman for a little bit. Traveled the world. I was an electrician, a union electrical mechanic for many years, and I was blessed to be introduced to this great opportunity when it came to sales. And now, I remember my first year I made over six figures, and that was on a low comp. When I say low comp, I mean 50% comp, right? Second year I made $200,000, right? Third year I made so much money I left the company. The reason I left the company is because the people I was developing and training was not making nowhere near I was making. And I stepped out on faith and said, you know what? Because I was a founder experience specialist for about 6 years. I stepped out on faith and said, you know what? Let me try the next level. Let me go to where I can help more people as far as educate more people on financial literacy and help more agents get freedom. So I've been living the broker life for the last 4 years, and I got to say it's truly amazing. And yes, and we just rocking and rolling.
That's what's up. Let me shout out some viewers we got. We got some regular fans at this point. Hey Sakiria, hey Natasha. Y'all know the routine. If y'all are watching, make sure you share the video. Also post and tell me where you're watching from. I'm in North Carolina, and I think both of y'all are in the same state, right?
We're both in Florida. He's just in
Well,
the.
well, hold up now. Florida is not the same as Miami. Miami is its own state.
Oh God.
Florida is its own state. I want people to know that. So you have to separate Miami to the rest of the state of Florida. It's totally different. So Leo's in Florida. I'm in Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Hey, he said,
All
don't
right.
confuse the two.
So
Oh
I'm
God.
gonna start this off warm. You said you made so much money, you almost made me like I swear if I had dentures, they would have came out. You said you made so much money, you left.
That's right.
You know,
Yes.
you all right. So during that, I'm gonna make sure we stick to the title, to the topic.
Yes,
So
sir.
during that time, were you making so much money because you were recruiting or this solo?
Because I was recruiting, I was building the business. I was showing people how to make six figures.
Okay. And obviously it wasn't working out where they were making the six figures.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was a struggle for them because I was in a position where no one would be able to make, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you work, you would never exceed what I was doing. Never, because of the position I was at.
Oh, so your goal was to to have them make more, if not the same as you.
Absolutely, that always been the goal because I'm all about commission over ego, right? Cash flow over ego. I want to be responsible for the person that comes to our organization and blow past me. I'm not afraid to mentor or train someone that has a higher ceiling than I have. I'm not afraid of that. That's what I want. Certain people have a capacity. For example, I'm going to use sports right quick. You have Shaq, right? You have Muggsy Bogues, right? Do you think Muggsy Bogues played to his full capacity, or you think Shaq played to his full capacity? Who do you think played to their full capacity?
I'm gonna say Muggsy. I don't think Shaq gave it all he got.
Right. So Muggsy Bogues. So Sandra, Muggsy Bogues is 5'4".
Oh.
5'4", and he's in the NBA dunking. So he
Oh,
now,
wow.
yes. So my job and my duty is to bring that Muggsy Bogues out of you. Max out your potential. Kobe Bryant said it best. If Shaq had practiced more, he would have been the best basketball player of all time if he had Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan work ethic. So my job is to get you to Muggsy Bogues level, not Shaq. Because a lot of people I meet, they have high expectation, but the work ethic is not there.
Right. I got a question. You said some things that made me think about some past episodes. You said you was on a low comp, and the low comp was 50%.
Yes.
You've had a guest up here that start agents off, like, if that's low, then like 25%, which is, it's a popular agency out here that started agents off at 25%, and they pretty much stay there if they don't recruit. So, like, how you feel about people being started off at 25% comp?
So I'm going to be honest with you guys. Sonja and Leo, think about this. When the insurance industry started, when they started allowing people to build teams back in the early 80s, late 90s, 25% comp was pretty good, right? Now think about this. I'm gonna let y'all answer this. What was minimum wage back in the early 90s, 80s? What was minimum wage countrywide? Just give me a number.
$4 an hour.
$4, right? Okay. So let's compare that to the insurance industry. So if everybody is getting a raise on their job, they're 9 to 5. Even businesses is charging more people because of inflation, right? Mm-hmm. So if I was making $4 an hour back in the 90s and the 80s, and the insurance industry giving us 25% comp, fast forward now, what is the nationwide minimum wage now?
$12 an hour.
So how everybody's making more money, but you still giving people 25% comp? So if inflation is going up, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
The math is not math, and the numbers are not right. So I want people to be very intelligent and be very smart. Do not worry about the energy. Don't worry about the raw, because energy won't put money in your bank account. Somebody being charismatic and telling you, hey, look, this and that. No, let's look at the numbers. Let's look at what's in black and white.
That's right, because the numbers don't lie.
The numbers do not lie. I don't care what you tell me. 25% is not enough. It's not. I want to raise like everybody else want to raise.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. That's how I feel about that situation right there.
So let's talk about this. I was thinking, I was like, we got to start having a brand cam because Mark be wearing some hats. Tell us what's this 10M? What's going on, Mark?
So this is the goal right here. And I want everybody to know 10 million is the goal. That's our drop dead to make income wise and as far as production wise. Whichever one comes first, it doesn't matter. But we're clear on what we want and how we're going to get it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all be following him, man. Don't lie. People do.
I don't know if you watch Sports Center, but talking to Mark right now is like a Sports Center interview. He's like, all right, John, let me tell you.
So look, let's get into the topic. Mark said, we're talking about recruiting. when did you realize you wanted to recruit, and how did you initially feel about recruiting?
So let me tell y'all why I said recruiting was one of the worst ideas I ever phantom. Think about the word. Who gets recruited?
Mm.
That goes back to being drafted to the Army. And that conversation comes to my mind like, do I really want to be recruited? Right? Like, I don't even, because it sounds like something very temporary. It sounds like it's a numbers game, right? So I kind of stopped recruiting people and I started building relationships with people, right? No more sticking the spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. I'm not doing that. No more putting the food in the microwave. What we're going to do, we're going to slow cook it, right? So what do building a relationship looks like? It's time consuming. It's not for everyone. Everyone will not build a relationship because it's not innate. They don't have the heart to do it. And you have to love people and have to deal with like-minded people and like-hearted people in order to grow a business. So what I started doing, Leo and Sandra, I started getting to know the people that I'm pursuing. I started seeing what they like. I started building my avatar, what I want. I got crystal clear on what type of people I want to work with. If I was not able to see myself kicking with you at a Dolphin game, at a nice restaurant, having a good time, laughing, joking, even introducing you to my family. If I had a hard time imagining that, I think I won't even pursue it, even try to build a relationship with you. Now, if everything aligned, guess what? I'm going to do everything it takes to be your biggest fan.
That's deep because, like you said, recruiting. A lot of people in the industry, they said they feel like they're just a number to their upline. Because they don't know nothing about them. They don't take time to get to know them. And they just, if they're working, then they're there. If they're not working, then they're gone. They forget about them. And so building that relationship, the only way you can really mentor or guide or coach somebody is if you know what drives them, if you know what motivates them. If you don't take the time to learn that person, how can you really be an effective coach? Because you can't teach everybody the same way. Everybody learns differently, right? So I love that you said that. We're not recruiting, y'all. We are building relationships. That is the difference right there. I love it.
I got a question for you. Oh, you just stated something, So in the picture, I've been seeing this a lot. A lot of people end up going to a certain company, right? And let's say I want to build a relationship with a person, and they tell me this more common. It hasn't happened to me, but it's more common than usual. The person will ask you, they take out their chest and they go, "Who's your upline?" I really don't respond to that well. So I'm like, you mean my mentor, the person? Oh, no, the hierarchy. Who's above you? Such and such. Who's above them? Such and such. Who's above them? Oh, that person's straight to a company. I want to be straight to a company. How do you feel about that?
I think that's the worst thing someone who doesn't have business acumen and capital do. You never want to work straight to the top because you'll never see that person. You'll never get a conversation with that person. So I'd rather work, honestly, I'd rather there be a buffer for someone to help, because if I want to three-way a call to someone else, I know that person is going to be there for me. If I need someone to fly down to Miami and help me host a meeting, that's one thing about me. I'm always going to leverage other people. If I need help for someone to help me with a mastermind, that person is going to be there for me. The more, the merrier. The more business partners I have that will come down and help me, the more merrier it is. You have to learn how to leverage people. I think it's more beneficial to have someone that's already above you to have that buffer to communicate for you the things that you need and want. Especially that person has a better relationship than you than the direct person.
Right. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. Like I said, I think the first 2-3 minutes you dropped a lot that I was like, okay, I got to go back and ask some questions. Wanting to develop people that can outperform you or make more money, just do better than you, because you don't want to cap your team. And a lot of people, that's why people have that thing about MLMs and pyramid schemes because they're so accustomed to not being able to surpass the person that brings them in. You've been in the industry how many years, Mark?
13 years.
13 years. And you're a six-figure at least earner, right?
Yes, at least.
Okay.
Man, let's not calling it, man. See, we're not. You can't wait. You cannot be transparent with.
So let me
not
say,
a earner.
I never made less than 6 figures in the last 13 ever since I started doing insurance. I never made anything less than that ever.
Okay.
Ever.
And so, out of your 13 years and you being an at least a six-figure earner, the entire 13 years, how many other six-figure earners have you mentored?
83.
Damn.
Wait, listen, I can't wait until we get the shorts to this because I don't know. I don't know if today I feel like I'm a viewer and I'm part of the show. It was like,
look,
how many?
I already know. I'm taking two clips. I'm taking two clips from one of the other guests. Now we've had it. Okay, we've had a guest that was in the industry much longer than 13 years and has only developed four six-figure earners.
You know the reason why? You know why is that?
He said, "Oh,
what he said?
Because I asked. You know, I'm gonna ask."
Yes, tell me
He
why.
said because their agents still a lot of them only work part-time because they still have their day job. I'm like, because they can't quit their day job off no 25%.
They working less than minimum wage, and this was minimum wage in the 80s and 90s. You're not giving people a shot to make the type of income. You're not giving them. You know, think about that. Think about if they was at least a 50% comp. You have more six-figure earners than you have now. And you do have the opportunity to put people wherever you want to in certain circumstances. You do. So give people what they deserve. That's how I feel.
Whoa, let's get back to that number. 83. So you didn't inherit. You have developed 83 six-figure earners.
Yes.
Wow. What's the goal? Wow, I'm still sitting at 83.
The goal is 250.
250 six-figure earners by when?
By year 15. By year 15. So my real goal, because 6 figures is $100,000. Now think about that. That's a lot of money, right? But the real 6 figures is the new 6 figures $250,000. That's the goal I'm aiming at. I want to show people how to make. $250,000. I want to show at least 50 people how to do that in the next 2 to 3 years, and that's very achievable because we have over 200,000.
Right? Can you see the comments
in the world?
Can you see the comment, Mark?
Yes, I call that inside. Okay. Yes.
Hey, Rusty. Yeah, I think he was referring to people not being able to,
Yes, it's not comp, right? Right. Absolutely, he's 100% correct. And for me to see people who's been doing this for well, you know what? I see a lot of influencers is entering the life insurance industry game, and they don't know better. They're just starting people off at 25-35% comp and not understanding. And a lot of people are running for the gimmick. Oh, this is an influencer. He's popular. No, popular don't give you no money. The right conversation, the right system, the right circle will do that. So be careful who you run with.
And it's important, like you said, that's an important word, leverage. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to leverage. A lot of people, they can't see, how can I say it? I cannot agree with the entire structure of a company. You know what I'm saying, per se. But if I can see how I can leverage it to get where I need to get to, then okay, let me use the part of it that works. There's plenty. I've been through 3 different companies or IMOs, whatever you want to call them, and I didn't stay with them because of certain reasons, but there were good things about them that I still brought over here with me. I started out with Primerica because y'all know we transparent. I love they are big on recruiting. I learned how to work my warm market. Do I still work my warm market? Hell yeah, because your warm market never gets old. And I'm constantly growing my warm market. Primerica also taught me concepts about money, So I'm grateful for every company I've been with. I don't knock any of it. I just don't want to work with you. You know.
You know what? That's interesting you say that. And I'm going to bring that as a question to Mr. Mark Torellia. So, how do you feel about building a partnership? I want to stay away from the word recruiting because we already agreed that you don't recruit people. And the last thing I want to say is, how do you feel about recruiting? You say, I don't recruit people. So I'm gonna say it correctly. I'm going, how do you feel about partnering with people? And because there was, I don't know, I know you were part of a company I was part of, and they had this negative stigma on people that jumped around. To me, I feel it was psychology to try to make you stick. That's what I feel. They try to make you say, I mean, they used to go by the phrase stick and stay. I mean, I loved it. It was funny, but you start to learn with time. So how do you feel about people that jump around per se? Because I don't think it's really jumping around. I have a different thought about it. But let's say you bring on a partner, or you found somebody interesting, and you find out they've been through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 IMOs, if there's that many in the world.
Right. So it's that I heard that concept before. It's stick and drown. I heard that concept before. It's called stick and drown. So if the Titanic is about to go down, do you stay in it for how long? I have seen a lot of many agents' career, and they lose the passion and they exit the industry because of that concept. And they are so, the Kool-Aid is so thick and sweet that they prefer to exit the industry instead of pivoting to a better opportunity. And I think it's very damaging. Now, let me ask you this, Leo and Sonja. Mm-hmm. Ask y'all, because y'all here. If somebody was consistently grabbing your ear, pulling you and just snapping you across your head, and feeding you, the type of food that you shouldn't be eating, treating you trash, how long will you stay there and accept it? That sounds like a bad relationship.
Yeah, it's time to go.
So it's time to go. Do not stay and get mentally beaten up.
Some people don't know. Some people don't realize they're being abused.
It took Tina Turner a long time to find out Ike was beating her.
Right. And I always tell people, hey, look, if you're not, even you working with me, if you feel as though we're not giving, I say we because it's not just me. We have an organization, we have a team, we have a group of leaders that just pour onto people. If you feel as though we are not giving you what you need, I always give people, hey, look, go ahead, do what you got to do. If you feel as though you're not doing what you need to do, go ahead and find elsewhere, because I want to see anybody happy no matter where you go. I'm not the type of person to say, oh, guess what? You're not going to win if you leave here. I'm never going to say that. I'm proof of that. The two companies I left, they told me, let me rephrase that. Because the second company didn't say that, because they knew better. Because they know what I became. So the first company, it was a rumor. They told people, hey, look, once you leave this company, there's no one else that becomes successful. They either disappear and go get a 9-to-5. Guess what? I did. I became the number one guy at the second company I went to. Mm. So I became that person, right? So I erased that myth of, okay, if you leave here, you will never be successful. Guess what? I paved the way for a lot of people to feel comfortable to leave that organization. Right. And then guess what? And I made this rumor up in my head. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I made this.
Michael Jordan syndrome. Michael Jordan syndrome.
Look, they say brokers are broke. They said brokers are broke. And people say that, but they never said it to me about me. And I made it in my head. Oh, they doubted me. They said I'm gonna be a broker. So I'm gonna be broke. So boom. Guess what? 27 months later, we did $1 million in production. And the organization that I worked with previously, the first two, never did over $700,000 in production. I did $1 million within 27 months as a broker. Wow. So we're eliminating these myths that people are saying that you can't do this once you leave somewhere else. Oh, the grass is not green. No, the grass is gonna be green anywhere we stepped in. Remember that move that Billie Jean, Michael Jackson video?
Yeah. Every time we step, it glows.
Yes.
That's us. Everywhere we step is gonna light up. It's gonna glow. That's what we're doing here.
Right.
That's what we do. So for y'all younger people, y'all need to Google Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my God! This guy had coffee before coming. He's hyped. He's hyped. We gotta come with. See if the audience got some questions. I don't know.
Right.
Mark
Y'all ain't got no questions. No
Woo!
comments.
He hyped. He's coming out with metaphors, videos, keeping us in the 80s. Oh my God!
We done talked about some basketball players. We talked about Michael Jackson. Like, come on now. We all know what
think about this. If you're trying to build an organization, you need to be crystal clear on your avatar. Who are you looking for? What are you looking for? Right? Create it. Where do they work at? What type of personalities do they have? What type of books they reading? You want to psychologically be prepared for the people when they come, and then when you see them, you'll recognize them. Because sometimes you're looking at a wolf, you don't know if it's a wolf, you're thinking it's a dog. But if you don't study a wolf, you won't know that's a wolf. So we need to be able to adapt or acknowledge when we see a wolf, a beast.
Right, right.
I got a two-part question, but you could go.
Oh,
ahead.
you go ahead. I can wait on mine. Mine is short.
Okay. Number one, I'll keep it simple. Are you? I'm going to use the word, so don't tell me no. Are you recruitable right now? Are you recruitable?
Oh, of course. Look, let me tell you something. I'm always going to be open-minded when it comes to business. I'm always going to be open-minded to listen to what someone else is presenting, because there's been places where opportunities I missed out because no one thought I was not recruitable, and they lost. They lost big time because they thought I was happy. I'm always happy, right? Just think about this, Leo Sanja. How you end up buying a car. Sometimes it's by mistake. You go to the dealership to get an oil change, and somebody just come up to you and say, "Hey, look, I know you're getting your car serviced, but come check this out. Come look at these new cars that we have," because you don't know what you don't know. Oh, this dashboard is nice. Oh, I can put more kids in. Boom, I walk away with a new truck. And I had no intention that day. So I think everyone should be open-minded and recruitable in order to put yourself in a position for yourself and your family. You should be.
Right.
You should be
Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Second part to that question.
Mm-hmm.
What? Well, it could come different ways. What do you look for? Who do you look for when you're looking to partner with someone? Because you said you're gone with the days of quantity. This is what I heard when you said no more quantity, only quality.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you look for, and how do you identify if you're not looking for it and it comes to you? Like somebody comes to your office and say, "Hey, I want to do what you're doing." Do you just take them in and say, "Come on, let's see if it works out," or is there's some things you're looking for in that quote unquote agent?
Let's roll. Let's do a training real quick. Leo, hey man, tell me some of the things that you were successful at in the past.
Well, I work hard. There is no
awards and spelling bees. You was ever captain on a football team. You know,
I was a captain of a basketball team. I made it to I was going to be a Division II player in a school that wasn't even looked at. So I was going to end up going to NJIT when they first turned to Division II to play basketball.
So you play ball? You play basketball?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You still play ball?
Yeah, it's not the same. I mean, I'm not the same young, dapper guy, but yeah, I still rock. Yeah.
So what team you root for right now in the NBA?
You know what, man? Since Jordan left the league, I was a Jordan fan. I was exposed. I used to say I was a Bulls fan, and then I realized the truth when he left. So now I just end up watching the playoffs, and I pick a team at that time. But I used to be a Bulls fan, and I used to fight with people. This sort of hurts my guts because when Jordan left after like 3 years, that's when I realized, damn, they were right.
So you taking Jordan over LeBron?
Oh, absolutely. Stop it.
Okay, so you old school. Now, one more question for you.
He made more of a cultural difference. Let's not get into that conversation.
Mr. Leonardo, from the scale of 1 to 10, 1 and 5 meaning that you will never get employee of the month, and 8, 9, 10 meaning that you make it work every day on time and you give your all. I call your ex boss, your ex employer. What number would he give me?
10.
10, okay, boom. So now you fit my avatar. You athletic, you played ball. We could go to a game together. We could talk about basketball, We can talk about things outside of just business, right? You have some winning in you. I was listening for, do you have any winning? Otherwise, you're spelling me awards, right? And you said, what else I picked up on?
I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm like Jordan. I collect rings.
You was laughing a lot. That means that you're not stoic. So you avatar. I could have a conversation with you right now for the next 30 minutes. Now, if I couldn't have a conversation with you and I have to cut it, and I feel like, wow, we can talk about this subject all day because I want to talk about the double division too. We're gonna get into it, but we're doing this podcast. But if I can't hold a nice conversation with you outside of just insurance for 30, 45 minutes, you don't fit my avatar. We won't be a good fit.
Would you still let that person be part of your organization?
Absolutely. Because I would have found somebody within our leadership and our organization for you to work with. I would have said, look, hey Leo, you know what? Dude, I got something great for you. I'm gonna give you a 2-for-1. You still have access to me, whatever you need from me, but I want to give you a personalized mentor to help and guide and coach you throughout your whole process. So now you have 2 heads better than 1. Now, if this person don't answer the phone, you have me. If I don't answer the phone, you have that person. Make sense, Leo?
Makes sense. Selfless. All right. Good. You know what? You came prepared. Did he see our notes? I think he's cheating.
He's been doing this for 13 years.
I got my number 2 pencil, man. I got my number 2 pencil. I'm ready.
But that says a lot about, building relationships, because building relationships isn't just about you, like you said, being that person. You know how to pair people together. And that's a awesome thing, because a lot of people want to recruit or build relationships for them without helping other people build and make connections. And those connections is what really makes the connections even better. I can respect someone that tells me, hey, I'm not the one that can do it. So let me put you with somebody that I know you can relate to. I'm a female, hey, let me put you with another woman. I'm a single mom. You know who you have at your in your team, in your agency, that could be a better fit. And that takes a lot of it says a lot about you to be able to pass them off, but still be there for them. So my question was, when you was talking about building relationships with people, I know there's a lot of people that are in agencies and companies because they think staying in the company is what defines them being loyal to that person. And they're so loyal to the person that person might be eating, but they not. And so, but they so darn loyal, I can't leave the company because that's my friend, or, I'm loyal to that person. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you tell people to separate being loyal to people over themselves? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. They're choosing to be loyal to somebody else.
That is an amazing question, because I experienced that. A buddy of mine, great best friend in the world. I had to make a decision because he got me in the industry, but I was more faithful and loyal to my wife and my kids. When I came home and to see look on their face, and I know there's another opportunity that's way far better, far superior, and for me to say, you know what, which is more important? Can I have both? Because I can have both. Because if that person really loved me, no matter where I went, the relationship should still be intact. So can I have both? You have to find out. But you always want to choose. I'm just saying what I'm choosing. I'm choosing the people that I come home to, the people that makes me happy, the people that will take care of me from my dying day. If something was happening to me right now, my wife will have my back. My kids will take care of me. Will that other person take care of me? No, they just recruit somebody else. You're replaceable. I'm not replaceable in my home. And also, I'm not even thinking about me in the long run. I'm thinking about the amount of people I could help and develop and give a better opportunity to. Because my opportunity was capped. There were certain territories I couldn't recruit at. I couldn't do a relationship at. Certain places I couldn't do it. So I knew once I was able to go build nationwide, I knew I could help more people. And that opened up everything. The skies opened up. Like the heavens. It opened up. I can see the light now. And guess what? My family's more happy. So I think people should make a decision. This is when you have to make a selfish decision for your family, for yourself and your future. Now you have some people, and we call them greens, personality-wise. And I talked about this on stage in front of 15,000 people at the Lone Depot Park in Miami. I was on stage, I talked about the colors. Blue is, they love to have fun, life of the party, enjoy meeting new people, love to travel, easily distracted. The greens, they have to see the whole staircase before they move forward, very analytical, introverted, right? And you have your reds, driven to success. They're very competitive, not afraid to stand out. They love the attention. And then you have your yellow. They love to help people, kind, soft, quiet, and they go over and beyond. Now, your greens, they are the people that's going to stick and sink and drown. Usually, because they are so, once they make a decision, they're there to the end of the time. And they struggle the most when it comes to moving to a better opportunity. I say to another option, I said to a better opportunity. It's a big difference. I see a lot of people in the industry making lateral moves, emotional moves to work with other IMOs, other companies, and it is a mirror, is a reflection of the old IMO. And in due time, the same situation you went through is going to happen again. So we have to make better decisions when we're looking forward to a greener grass.
Right. That's a good answer. Good explanation. I know one thing you say a lot, is you want to make friends. Sorry.
No, go. I want to ask y'all what color y'all. What's y'all dominant color? I want to ask y'all that, but go ahead. That was a good question you were about to ask me. Go ahead.
I don't forgot what I was about to say.
What I usually say.
All of them. I'm all of them.
Make friends before you need them.
Make friends. Yeah, that's something that you say. You make friends before you need them, and of course, don't burn your bridges. The other companies I left, I can go back. One of them still call me every now and then. They feel like I belong over there because we had a bond. We still got a bond. I just don't work with you, respectfully. But if I need to, I know where to go because I'm loyal to the people that I rock with. But I have to put me first because I'm the one taking care of my family. I appreciate everybody that offered me an opportunity, that gave me a chance, but it's up to me to make it work. And if it's not working, you have to make that executive decision. Being loyal is having that conversation with that person and letting them know, hey, I'm about to dip out. I think when you're not loyal, you just leave with no explanation or you make some, bull crap up. But loyalty goes much further than just staying with people.
There's a difference between loyal and integrity. And you have integrity telling them that. That's
right.
Integrity.
Okay.
That's integrity. So you want to have integrity and you always want to be loyal to your family. You don't have to be loyal to anybody else but your family and your friends and your partners and your
To answer that question, Mr. Mark, I think I'm all the colors. I think I'm a very unique individual.
You gotta have a dominant one.
Dominant color. What's your dominant? You gotta pick one.
And we have gone through this many times, me and other people. It is hard. It depends what day of the week. Monday, I can be one color. Tuesday, I can be the other one. I am very different, and we'll just leave it at that when it comes to that. I'm just saying because I have major characteristics from each one of the colors. It's been orange. A long conversation. You're orange. That's not even one of the colors.
I'm red and yellow. But no, I mean, like I said, I am a mixture of them all. I think overall I am more of the social person. I'm outgoing. I like helping people. I like being around people and helping them and educating them. So I definitely think I'm more of like a yellow, but not like an introvert, soft type person,
Oh, soft and you do not make sense, but we're not talking about that.
I said I'm not.
Coach.
I'm very compassionate, I just may show it in a different way.
I want to know how he feels about the O word.
What? Override?
Exactly. I know everybody's thinking like, what's O?
The what?
Ownership. What's going on? We are talking about the shift in IMOs and what's going on in the IMO industry, and we're not afraid to say names here anymore, obviously, or we're not afraid to say name or companies after we had Jignish and Mr. Westfall here. So we're just gonna go at it.
I just said overrides.
Yeah, override. We're gonna talk about both O's now. Override Yeah.
I would like to touch on both of them, right?
Okay.
And I always tell people, because people want to always negotiate comp, right? People like to go, oh, I want this, I want that. And certain companies ruin the whole industry by giving away comp. And I tell people, be careful with the free lunch. The higher the comp the person puts you on, the less attention you will receive. Starting off, I want the mentorship. Now, this is for your business owners, your leaders. You have to earn your overrides. You have to own your spread. You have to own it. When I say own it, I mean you need to work for it. You need to work for it. You can't just no. You need to work for it. You need to deserve it. You can't just make an override just to make override. No, you need to deserve it. You need to deserve it. So I always tell people, be careful. I'd rather take mentorship all day, because you showing me what to do and how to do it. I'm going to be right next to you in due time.
Right.
Just give me time. And ownership is very important. I want, in order to leave something, a legacy. I want the golden handcuffs. I want how my man always said, the golden parachute. I want to be able to work for the next 10, 15, 20 years and say, you know what? I'm done. I just wake up and Nancy, I'm done. I think we had a good ride. Let's go to Paris and let's go chill for a whole year. Hey, and the business will be running itself. There's not many opportunities out there like that, right?
We got a question.
Hand over my kids.
Right.
Hey, look, no matter what, this company right here will be here for the rest of your life and your kid's life.
Right.
So you have a business, you have funds, you have something that's going to be able to take care of you. You just can't mess it up. I want to be able to be so successful, Leo, Sandra, Takiria. I see you, Miss Sullivan. I want to be able to be so successful that my kids, no matter how much they mess up, they will never go broke. No matter what situation they're in, they will never go broke. They will never have to beg or borrow from anyone in their life. That's what situation I'm creating right now, and that's the situation I'm paving the way for everyone else to have that same situation in place. That's what we're doing.
Right.
We're paving the way.
He just answered our tradition of questions. What's your end game?
Oh,
he just answered it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to address her question, because we're gonna show you what a true ownership contract looks like. We're gonna show you that, Takiria, because a lot of people, they don't believe that it exists. They hear LOA, they hear, everybody got their own conceptions of everything, and we're going to show that. But I wanted to go back to what you said about earning your comp and getting higher comp, you get less time. When I left my previous company before going into Family First Life, a colleague of mine, he was looking to get into FFL as well, and he confided in me a lot. I told him about everything. He reached out and got with some higher person that was able to give him 10% more comp than what I could give him. He wasn't writing as much business as me. I'm like, okay, well, you want to go over there? That's fine. He got over there. He quickly learned that because he was not producing, he could not get a hold of them. So guess who he was calling when he needed help? How to write the policy, how to use the quoting tool. It was me. And I'm like, bro, you sure you don't want to just come over here? I mean, it's a 10% comp less, but you ain't writing, it's 0%. 0 times 100, 150, 200% is still 0. And I think people just
compensation.
Right. And people have to humble themselves when they're first coming into an industry. And I see it so much in these insurance groups. Everybody like, well, what IMO can I join where I can get paid hourly plus 100% commission? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Well,
No enunciation. She said nowhere.
well, if you can spell it out. But people have such high demands and they haven't put in the work. This is an industry where you can make a lot of money real fast, but you can also go broke really fast. And people fail to think about that when they go write a couple of big policies and they think they can just chill, which brings me to another topic of consistency. Once you started building relationships with people, Mark, you didn't build relationships with 50 people and be like, oh, I'm done building relationships. You continue to build those relationships with more and more people. And you also have to continue building the relationship with the relationship that you already got. Right? So everything is about consistency. Being able to say that you mentored and developed and coached 83 people into being six-figure earners, man, that's dope. Like that's fire. Like I didn't wait when I asked, he didn't have to think about it. He's 83. Okay.
He has them counted.
It's gonna be 85 in about 3 months.
Hey, look, and I can't wait. Next time we bring you on, you probably have 183. I mean, like that's awesome, man. Like that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's awesome. So, what you got, Leo? Before we go to the next?
I'm shocked. I want you to bring on that contract you're talking about.
Okay, we're gonna get to that too. We'll get to that too.
You were today. Do we have any questions from the audience? Because we did have some comments. This man's on fire. He's ready.
Okay, here we go. She said,
I don't want
anything for free. When I get a higher comp, it's because I earned it. I want to feel good about it. Okay. Yeah. I don't like nothing given to me. I mean, you feel so much better when you earn it, right?
Yeah.
So, Mark, I know you've been tuning into our episodes. I want to ask you some questions. Like you about to be like the live audience member right now.
We're about to get tough, boy.
So, don't be nervous. Who is your favorite guest so far?
Oh, my favorite guest or favorite show?
Well, let's do both. Let's do which one was your favorite episode and who was your favorite guest?
Man, I think all of them was great, but last week was more entertaining. Last week was more entertaining because let me tell you why. Because it shows that we failed in the industry because a lot of people are not educated on the industry. So that shows that we have more work to do. Now, the one you had with Rusty and Jigny, that was amazing. That was gold standard. Two of the industry's monsters, juggernauts, right? That was great. So it's hard to pick one. All of them was great. The one with the gentleman from Prime Maker, I like him. I like his attitude. I love the way he responded. Very professional.
Yes.
So there's no knock on any one of them. The young lady last week, very entertaining. Good interview. So
let's unpack that. You said we failed.
That's a great question you asked me. I'm usually able to answer the question within 2 minutes. That one I can't. Give me, next show I'll tell you because I really gotta break it down because those are some great shows y'all put up.
I really want to break that down though. I'm not gonna let you get off the seat on this one though, and we got 10 minutes, so I really want you to unpack that. You said we failed as an industry. We failed.
Yes.
Why? What made you say that?
Because we allow people to just say what they want to say and not correct them. That means that she was saying this stuff for a long time. Nobody took the time to say, no, you're wrong.
Right.
What
part was she wrong about? Because there was a whole lot. We got a lot of clips and highlights. I've been dying after a week. Give me one.
The way she described it in her own words instead of describing it what the true definition is. You just can't take an apple and say, no, this is orange. No. If you go in the dictionary and describe an apple, it's sweet. It comes from this certain type of tree. It's this color. It's apple. You can't say, you know what? Sometimes in the sun it'll turn orange, and I don't like the skin. So you can't make a apple or orange, and that's what we was doing last week.
Right. And so that's one thing she got off so fast. We didn't get to show her what we're going to show tonight about, the structure of how, the structure of an LOA does not mean what she experienced. And again, I do hate when people get burned or they're traumatized from one experience and they let that close their mind up to, really becoming educated or, finding other information. But let me go back and find it.
So
I have it up
while
here.
you're looking for that, I want people to understand this. If you're new in the industry, if you're new in the business, there are certain phases you're going to go through. You're going to go through in the beginning phase where you put a lot of effort in, right? A lot of effort. You're working hard. You're not seeing the results. The money is low, right? Then you have the second phase where you're working hard, but the money is there. Now it's balanced. But the third phase, this is where people quit. People quit before that third phase, where the effort is not where the effort is there, but the income is here now. If you stick around long enough with the right people, or even in the right industry, even in this industry, you stick around in this industry long enough and run with the right people, you're going to get to that level where the income outweighs your efforts.
That's why I say I want mine to end up. I want to be on cruise control. You just take your foot off. You don't want to really take your foot off the gas, but you don't want to have to press it.
Right.
You don't want to use no muscle behind it. Let's just cruise and let the money.
Let me tell you what it is, Sonja. You're gonna be so good at it that the things that used to take you an hour or 2 hours to do, it takes you 5 minutes to figure out. It comes to you quicker. It's not that you're not working harder. You're just smarter now. It just takes you
effort.
The effort is less because you have it here, and you created systems.
Yep. And that comes with consistency.
Right. And that's why. And people always ask me, Coach, you had these masterminds, and you just giving out these gems. You giving out so much. You don't think people are going to use it? I said, yeah, I want people to use the information. But one thing about me, I think I'm different, and the people our group we work with different because we gonna outcare about people more than you. You can do it for so long. You can do it for a month, 2 months, but it's not gonna be consistent. So I don't mind sharing my secrets. I don't mind sharing my blueprints. I don't mind sharing the secret sauce because how long will you continue doing it? And I want you to, but sometimes you're not gonna do it. So I'm not afraid to do something to create an enemy. I need an enemy. I need more motivation. I always tell people, you need 2 chips on your shoulder. One, right, for the people that you love and for the people that you care about, the people that are going to push you. And then you have to have another one where you have enemies. You have people that's trying to do harm with you mentally. They don't want to see you succeed. They're doubting you. You need that chip too. So you need 2 chips to keep yourself balanced in order for you to push forward when you run out of gas, when you don't feel motivated. You need to have a vibe check every morning. You need to figure out where you at. I need to get extra positive. When your vibe is not right, when you feel a little, I ain't feeling it, call someone with some good energy.
Right. But y'all, it is 6:54, and I do want to go over this contract because, like I was asking the young lady last week, I was like, do you let your experiences or the way your mind think conflict with what it says in black and white, which is on paper and was written to you? So I'm just going to show this, and I blocked out the company, but this is what ownership looks like. Sakiria, you asked the question, and I'm going to read it out loud. Ownership of business. The parties hereby acknowledge and agree that all insurance and investment business placed pursuant to this agreement shall be owned by associate, the book of business. In the event this agreement is terminated for any reason, and if at such time the associate is in charge back to said company, the parties agree that to the extent of such chargeback, company shall have a lien against the book of business and shall not relinquish or release same to the associate until such chargeback has fully been satisfied, upon which the company shall relinquish or release the book of business to the associate in accordance with applicable law. Note, many IMOs will not transfer your book of business for a period of 6 months, and in some cases up to 2 years. Said company will provide immediate release upon request. No holds on the business to transfer to another IMO should you choose, regardless of when contracted or when the last sale was written, so long as there is no chargeback or debt owing. Okay? This right here.
That is the definition of ownership. There's the answer. Woo! So
Right.
there is an IMO out there that gives you ownership. It's right there in black and white.
Right. And so some of you that don't maybe have a hard time understanding the contract, lingo, it pretty much says that you own your book of business. If you leave, they will release you as long as you don't owe them no debt. I mean, and that's fair. Right?
I mean, it's in black and white. Now, in the past, where I run into agents that always tell me, hey, look, you know what? This X, Y, and Z company don't pay me. They don't never pay me residuals. And I ask them 2 questions. What their vesting period? That's 1. 2, did you leave any debt behind? Or any agency that you have left any debt? Because let me tell you, when it's in black and white, these life insurance companies are not going to take advantage of you. They're not going to steal from you. They are a conglomerate. They are massive. They're looking to partner with you. They're looking for distribution. They want you to go push their product around. So they're not going to take away from you. They want to help you feed your family, create a legacy. So that's why I question people. They need to read with their contract.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get somebody to read it over with them, because reading it yourself, you're gonna come up with your own comprehension. But look it up. Get your lawyer. Get somebody that's a little bit more, that can explain it.
You don't need a lawyer no more. Put that in AI, ChatGPT. They'll break it down for you.
They'll water it down. They'll water it down.
Water it down. She said something.
Hey, break this down for me like I'm a 5th grader.
Right.
For you.
She said something last week about residuals and renewals. And my understanding is they're 2 different things.
They are.
Right. Well, she was describing, she said something about they kept her money. They kept her pay through. That's the 10th, 11th, 12th month. That was she was talking
renewals.
No, that's a pay through.
No, I know that's the term, but the term that she was using was she didn't get her residuals. And she only had been with the company, she said, a year or a little over a year. I'm like, you don't get residuals. I mean,
how many times has she said that and nobody corrected her? That's what I'm saying. You're going to keep believing the stuff you tell yourself if nobody correct you. That's why I said us as an industry failed her.
Right. But you have to be willing to learn. She said it. That's her truth. She's not willing to learn.
Oh, yeah. She says she works.
That is her truth, and she's standing in it. So it don't matter what we say. And you have people that are like that. They just stuck in their ways. But
when I hear people say, I'm going to tell my truth, I mean, they're going to tell their lies.
Hold on, where we go?
I hear lies. I'm going to tell my truth. I'm going to hear lies.
Right. Oh, thank you, Takira.
Hey,
I got a question for you, buddy, before we go out, because we couldn't ask you what's your end game because you messed that up. You messed it up by answering like 30 minutes into the question. I feel like you studied us now. I'm a little upset. So we're gonna keep on recruiting.
So sometimes,
All right. So you're ready with recruiting. What's more important? We already know this is quality over quantity. But
hold up. No, it's not. In the beginning, it's quantity over quality because you don't know your avatar yet.
Okay.
So you need to talk to as many people as possible until you figure it out. Then it's quality over quantity.
Okay. So let's speak in the mind of you now, Mr. Mark Tirolio. When you're looking, for someone, are you looking for someone that is completely coachable or a great writer? Produces 50 a month, 50K a month, or do you want somebody that's coachable?
Coachable. Because now I got 3 versions of you. I got you coachable. I could teach you how to build a business. I can teach you how to write $50,000 in production. I could teach you how to show people how to write $50,000 in production. But the $50,000 producer, they're majority of the time they're introverts and they stuck in their own ways, and they don't want to build an agency. They want to build a team.
Is that vital to this business? Because that is the whole topic. Do you feel, all right, I'm a 50K producer. I've been doing it 15 years. I'm doing great. Do you think that is like, is that a vital part of the
So,
business?
so you're asking me who I want? I want Jordan or LeBron? I want both of them. But if you ask me to pick one, I'm going to pick LeBron, the coachable person. I want both. I want them all. If I have to pick one, I'm picking LeBron. I'm picking the coachable guy.
Because they're 50K a month producer. Can
That's all
easily, if he's
They're
coaching,
one-dimensional. They're one-dimensional. Yeah.
and he can teach other people to
I
write.
choose LeBron to be Jordan.
Right. Well, there you have it, guys.
I'm done.
I know, right? I think that's a wrap. What do you always say, Coach? Boom. I should have had an explosion video ready for it.
I do have to get something. We're gonna have to bring somebody on with you. I have some ideas. Me and Sanyo talk off sides, but I think we're gonna have to bring you head to head with someone at some point. Would you be opposed to coming back on the show?
Would not be opposed to it. I would not. I would love to be on with as many people as possible. I love what y'all doing. Y'all educating the masses. Y'all educating the industry. Y'all building awareness. So I would love to be a part of whatever y'all do.
Oh, well, we appreciate you. We really do.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been another great episode of The Round Table. And I am your co-host, Mr. Get Off the Bench himself. And over here, we have the Oprah Winfrey of this thing, Miss Sonia Brooks. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time on The Round Table. We're out of here.